Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm for episode 35 with me, MrSealyp. Here's the thing. I was harsh, probably unfairly so, on the HolRun. I have received some feedback, comments, help, advice from loads of different people. Baron Papa 007 or 007 has been commenting on my channel for quite a while. I've had comments from Joseph, I've had comments from Daniel, from TJ, loads of different people. If I haven't said your name and you have commented to give me advice on this particular situation, I thank you massively. It would appear there are a couple of things. One, top left hand corner, this says maintenance required. I have been a bit remiss. We are mid-spring and in the start of the new year, after 12 months, you're supposed to do maintenance on your vehicles. I didn't. So, I need to repair. It's only 111. So, that's that done. That's repaired. That should now say 30 engine hours or 12 days until maintenance is required. So that's an entire year, because I've got this particular... this Let's Play is on 3-day seasons. My Oakfield Farm one is on 6, so 12 days will take me an entire year. So I've got 30 engine hours or a year. That could have been one of the issues I was having. When I get back to the farm, I've got a lot of maintenance to do, because I've got quite a few vehicles I haven't done any work on. So here's what's happened. I have repurchased the HolRun. I've also purchased the large BSM 70,000. Is it 70,000/6? I think it is, isn't it? 70,000/6. Let me just double check. It is a 70,000/6. That's going to come in very handy. I've got a lot of big fields this season, so when harvesting comes around, that thing is going to be worth its weight in gold. Because I got rid of, well, this and a different back for it in the last episode, I thought, right, I need a different sort of trailer, so I went for this. After the feedback and comments, I've got the whole run back. This time I've gone with the grain trailer. If we go into here again, there's the Bergman HT50, and then there's the IT Runner grain container. That's 48,000 litres, that's 45. Now, it might be there's no difference whatsoever between the two, but here's the thing. Apparently there is a bit of a glitch, but not all the time, and this is where I went wrong. And whoever it was that gave me this piece of advice, right back when I got this, it might have been Barris, I can't remember for definite who it was, said to me, when you get the HolRun, make sure when you park it up, if you finish an episode, if you finish that bit of recording, before you exit the game, detach whatever's on the back of it, detach the HolRun from the Terra variant, and it will be fine. If you don't, if you leave that attached to this, if you leave this attached to this, when you come back into game, it will be glitchy and you will have problems with it. I ignored that piece of advice originally, so what I'm going to make sure I do this time is every time I unload this, take it off, put it into storage until next time I use it, I'm going to take the back off, I'm going to take this off and leave it like that. That then should work. So that was my error, my mistake. I ignored someone's advice originally. Now I'm following the advice of various different people that have come back to me and said it could be various different things. So if I back up now and let's put it up, you notice smooth as a freshly buttered banister. No problem whatsoever. It still sits high, but that's not a problem. This needs to go back to the farm. Oh, actually, while I'm here, just remembered. This is what I actually came up for originally, wasn't it? This episode, sunflowers into my agroforestry area. So I need a seeder. The sewing machine I was going to go for was the Kvernland Optima V. That does sunflower, soybean, corn and sugar beet. I'm only leasing it because I don't need it for very long. Fantastic. Now comes the interesting bit of filling it up. I had some comments a little while back. After the update, the garden centre was reinvigorated, let's just say that. The seed and fertiliser refill points at the garden centre disappeared, and it goes on the back of that. Oh, is that going to be in the way? Yes, it is. Isn't that just typical? Right, think while I'm here. Right, dropped off the grain container. That I'll get delivered. Seeders in the back. No, this will go onto a tractor obviously. Because I'm up here with this, it makes sense to take this down as is. Get the beacons on. So yeah, garden centre. Seed and fertiliser refill points vanished in the updates when all the new things were put in, the fuel station and all those kind of things. Plus the garden centre was upgraded with the sell point. But if you notice, when you come in here, I think it might have been widened as well. I'm sure there was a seed refill point this side and fertiliser was this side, which has gone. Now I'm pretty sure it's... hang on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not here anymore. So the comments left were, where do you fill up your seed? Well, up at Agro Life, which is that way, up the hill and over there. I think you can fill them up there. And Raiffeisen, which is the other way, over where the little building site is and the other little farm with the red barn. I think those are the two refill points. I don't think there's refill points at... mine's gone blank. At Mother Earth, potato and sugar beet. But I also think, I know, at the main farm there's your seed and fertiliser refill point. So it's all going on. But I haven't been up this end very much, only to go to the biogas plant. So I thought what I would do, my field number 5 on the right hand side is growing. Lovely. I do need to seed oilseed rape into field 2, so I'll have OSR that side and that side, or canola, whichever you want to call it. This will be canola corner. And I hope I'm right, because I have been guiding people up to agro life, and I'm hoping there is a refill point up here now, and not just the main farm. I could of course have been hugely wrong, but what do we have here? Here we go. So seed is filling up. So if there's seed here, I'm assuming there's fertiliser somewhere. I'd be curious if there wasn't. How odd. Makes me think I need to go over and check Rayfison now as well. I will do that off screen just to double check, and I'll see you probably back at the farm in a minute. So as you can see, back at the farm. Yes, Rayfison, fertiliser and seed, no problem at all. This, I'm going to show you something on that in a second. I have brought over the Optima, keeps an Optima 5. Or V5 I think it is, but yes, this requires maintenance, so repair 1003. Hang on, how come the Holmer Terra variant was £111 and that's 1000? That's outrageous. I mean, alright, yeah, so it starts better, but even so, come on. Well, right. So I've unpacked everything. The grain trailer's been delivered. I've unpacked the grain trailer. I know I'm blocking in some stuff here, but that's not a problem. Let's jump out of there. So that's unpacked. I'm thinking of selling some bits actually. I said this before. I've got the sprayer set up here with the Kuhn tank from Vanquish 081 and the Kuhn, I get this wrong every time, Deltis. But then around the corner I've got the slurry spreader, I've got the fertiliser spreader, I've got so many bits of equipment for fertilising fields. I know I said it a while ago, do I need it all? Probably not. This, maintenance required. Couple of turnovers then before he got going. What else needs doing? The lorry, the truck, I think the man might need doing too. I need these all operational, so it needs doing. Hang on. Let's try that again. What? How can it still be recognising that when I've got this part in there? Maintenance of vehicles. What an interesting episode, MrSealyp. Yes, I know. But it is part of what needs to be done. There we go. Repair. 261. That's a little bit better. Put that back in its little slot in the way here. Perfect. Turn the engine off. Around the corner, we should have the truck. Hopefully this starts. Oh, didn't think it was going to start then. That would have been interesting. Watch the chickens. Now the Scorpion King does need doing as well. However, I left that in the woods. See, another 261. Fantastic. Why was the T8 so expensive? No idea. Perfect. Yeah, the Scorpion King's out in the woods, but it's over near field 81, I think. Yeah, over by Holger Sengstock's slurry. So I think there's a customization repair point over there. So I'll probably take the Scorpion King over there to get it fixed. It seems daft bring it all the way over here, and I might store it over there for the time being, ready for the winter months when we need to do some more. So we need to do some more forest. We don't need to do. Now, what was I doing next? Right, okay, seeding. Oh no, yeah, the Xylor. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I've got about 15 things in my head I think I need to do, and I'm not getting to them all. So, in the update for the Rayboard Xylor, this little beauty, it became available for front loaders and wheel load. Well, it was always wheel loaders and the skid steers, but front loaders, 3-point linkages, various different things, which makes it incredibly useful. Now, what I thought I would do, and that's why I've got it on the front of this, and you saw it at the time lapse at the start of the episode, that I was doing the field 54 with it. So I've taken it off of the JCB up the top there. Now what's good about it is, if we go into configuration, customization, and customize, I can change it in here. Front loader, skid steer loader, wheel loader, 3-point, telehandler, whatever I want. And it doesn't cost me a penny. Not a single pound, euro or dollar. So if you've got it on one vehicle, rather than buying multiple ones for different uses, you can just come in, change the configuration, doesn't cost you a penny, and then put it onto whichever vehicle you want to do next. Mine's obviously on front loader, which is what I want it to be on for the time being, because it's quicker to get around to do bits and bobs like that. Now, the other thing with it in the update, which is absolutely brilliant, it cuts down trees way easier, which you probably also saw in the montage, the time lapse at the start. A lot of people, when it first came out, were saying, oh, it's fiddly, it's finicky, you've got to get it just in the right place, it doesn't really work very well. And I have to say, I agree, you had to get that sweet spot. When you found the sweet spot, it would work brilliantly. Since the update, it's like a different piece of kit. It works so much more efficiently. So anyway, what I'm going to do is put this to one side, just for the time being. The weights can also be dropped off. Oh, just killed another chicken. What we're going to do is get over and get this seeded, because I want to get this agroforestry bit done. I have also been going around the map trying to get rid of all the bits of snow. The cultivator works brilliantly at clearing the snow out of the way, as long as you don't go over bits, like if you go over a field that's got crops in it, it will cultivate them. What I'm thinking of doing is getting a smaller, narrower cultivator, leasing it, just whizzing around the map and getting rid of all these small bits, because obviously that massive cultivator isn't going to work too well. But to the job in hand, this is what I was intending to do all along. We've got sunflower set. I'm going to start here. This should open up wide enough. 4 point something meters. Turn it on. Drop it down. And let's get some sunflower in the ground. Now this was always a bit weird when I did it on that episode. I came in and thought, yeah, I'll make a field that's long and windy rather than a rectangular field or something. It's going to be interesting, I think, when the season moves along and the sunflowers start to grow through the forest. It's going to look quite nice, I think. If a bit peculiar. It's something different, isn't it? Now, another thing to mention, as far as I'm aware, Holger Sengstock's Slurry Emporium had the two tankers, the slurry tanker and the water tanker. As far as I'm aware, and I could be wrong on this, as far as I'm aware, Holger has done a deal with a tanker company called Tank Tech. May well be upgrading the tankers. That's something to look forward to. As you can see, field 54, after the time lapse at the start, the ploughing and making it bigger, it has been cultivated. That is now ready for seed 2. Not sure what seed I'm going to put in it, but it is ready. Yes, I thought actually, I just realised this cuts right across the top corner, so when I come to actually harvesting, I'm going to have to be very careful I don't go over the crops here. And my field, my mini field that I created as part of my agroforestry has now been cleared of all those trees, which was a little bit annoying. So what we'll do is wedge straight across. To this bit. And obviously, if you're new to this, I would urge you, honestly urge you, to go back, watch from the start of the Let's Play. Because some of what I do, whilst an episode may well be a kind of standalone, I'm using a different piece of equipment, it kind of follows a narrative or something I may have done previously, which you may be watching thinking, what is going on? But this kind of agroforestry route around the woodland, there's a field here and there's one over that direction that I thought I would add to it just to kind of give me a little bit more. So, I'll carry on with this bit and I'll catch up with you in a minute when I get back onto the agroforestry route. I think that's the plan. It's like a very unusual nature trail. I do sometimes wonder whether I've lost my mind or not. So when I get through this little bit here, it will bring me out. Oh no. No, no, no. There's trees in my field. Oh, right, back out with the ray board, I think. Well, that's annoying. I have to say though, to be fair, if you're looking at forestry and you want a quick growing variety of fir tree, pine tree, these are the ones to go for. They just pop out the ground like magic. Now I should be okay for seed. I've only got this bit to do and then round to the end, which is just over there. So this was actually a perfect size, great width. Worked very, very well. I'm more than happy. I will seed up until I get to the trees and then I'll come out with the ray board, clear that. Bit more seed in the ground anyway, that's the main thing. And then once we hit the right temperature, because the ground temperature is only 7 at the moment, once we hit the right temperature for the corn and the soybean, we'll get those fields sorted as well. I know I've been saying that for a few episodes. So I'm thinking after this one, it's just after lunchtime. I don't think there's any more jobs I can do. So what I'll probably do is see you... Not now, obviously. Don't just stop watching all of a sudden. I'm thinking ahead at the end of this episode. The next episode will probably be on late spring, I would think. Yeah, I do need to clear a few of these trees, don't I? So, let's just pop the seeder down, turn it off, drop it down, go and get the ray board, clear those, and then we can carry on seeding. I'm hoping this doesn't prove me wrong now, having said all those great things about it and how it's so much better. If I drop that down fairly low. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely brilliant. One more the other end and I'm done. There you go. I think I'll agree. Apart from a stubborn stump up the other end, which is a tiny, tiny thing, that was so much better. Right. Drop that down. Take that off. Hang on. Come on. Oh, that's better. Oh dear. Now, I think we'll all agree it's not the straightest field you're ever going to see. It started off fine one side and it all went a bit pear-shaped. Actually, I could have just left the ray board on the front. Why did I not just... Ugh. It's interesting how the human mind works, that sometimes you can just be on fire and everything flows and everything's perfect and the episode works well and the recording's perfect and the editing's great. Other times it can just be horrific and nothing works properly. I don't know why that is. I'll come back for that in a minute. I just want to finish this off. I've only got this little bit here. I'm hoping when we go over the snow it will clear it with the cedar. Fingers crossed on that one. Oh. Maybe not. Lift it up. And that is it. The agroforestry part done. Sunflower in the ground. It's going to look very odd when it's done. That worked out very, very well, in my humble opinion. Right, back for the ray board, and this can go back. With the seeding finished in the forest by Woodland Sunflowers, I've grabbed one of the horse cedars and I've come up here because I want to put grass in the ground, like I did when I covered up the old sugar beet patch just over there. Like I said, these cedars are going to be sold. I'm going to get a bigger cedar and they'll do a bang up job, but I've got some quite big fields now. So let's let it turn down and drop down. Let's get some grass in the ground here. Excellent. Right. Before I forget, I've got another contract. I've been accused, in a joking way of course, by a couple of my subscribers, you know who you are, of taking on subscriber contracts in previous Let's Plays, not in this one. And then not doing them. And in all honesty, there have been a couple of occasions when it's happened because I've forgotten, and one that I've mentioned before. We're not going to go into. We don't need to go into it now. But I've got one from CT Padres. I think that's how you say it. Padres. And it was for this map, and it was for luxury paper, for a luxury paper mill. Nelson's it's called. It says take note with Nelson's, and they're making luxury paper, and they need a pallet of wool and 10,000 litres of wood chips. So the wood chips, no problem at all. The pallets of wool, I've got one pallet I think all ready to go. That's got to go to Womble Ways Woolen Wear. The second pallet will go to CT Padres for this luxury paper. I don't know what the payment is for that. I'm not too sure at all. But I was doing my usual kind of going through notes, and suddenly realised in amongst all of my notes and cluster of bits of information there was a name and there was a contract, and I thought, I haven't done it, I forgot all about it. So it will happen. Does mean I get a chance to use the Xylo chip wood chipper and the placeable wood chip storage thing, which would be quite cool. I'll get that into an episode 2. This is going to go up to the store to be sold, so I can buy a new seeder ready for late spring. If I check in here, that's going to be right on the cusp, isn't it? As long as when we click over into late spring the temperature goes above 10 degrees, I can get my soybean and corn in the ground. That's the plan. This needs to go up to the store to be sold. The other seeder will as well. I know I've got seed and fertiliser in it, and it's kind of a bit, I should really use it first, but I do want to get a new seeder into the game. These are very, very good seeders. I used them in the first season. Very, very nice, brilliant bits of kit, but I want to get something new. So that's the plan. Blimey, I thought that car was going to run those people over then. I have been going around trying to get rid of the snow. It hasn't been as easy as I thought it was going to be, but never mind. We have now got sunflower in the ground. Oh, actually I could do the canola, couldn't I? What am I talking about? Let's go into field 2. Might as well use what's in this at the moment. Let's change that over to canola. Get field 2 done, and then my canola corner is sorted. It's the trouble, isn't it, when the farm starts to build in size, and you've got more fields and more things going on and seasons, and you just forget stuff. So let's open that back out. I think I will go across the field because that's quite a steep hill. Canola's fine, isn't it? I can do that now. Yeah, canola only needs 5 degrees. Why didn't I think about that before? Right, turn that on. It's definitely on canola, isn't it? Yep. There we go, we're getting canola in the ground as well. So sunflowers and canola. Field 5 is just over the brow of that hill. I think we're at the end of another episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. A few little odd jobs, bit of maintenance on vehicles and those kind of things. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.